sell this. Those, we can sell this. Two. Calcium. Alright, welcome back. Got a little bit more money. About 300,000 now. About 300,000 stands between us and the TMs we need to get to Stadium. Team's all in order. Let's get into it. We are indeed ready, Lorelei. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I'm sure that wasn't a rhetorical question. Oh no, absolutely not. Alright, throw money at the dugong. Make more money. Make all the money. No attack drop from that Aurora Beam. Good to see. We either want none, or we want a whole bunch. We don't want any in-betweens. Just the extremes, thank you very much. Alright, none from that. I want to see a whole bunch of withdraws from the Slowbro. Amnesia. That's not going to help you, buddy. I know that powers up your one attack that you have. But that one attack is Water Gun. It's not going to do especially much for you. Good news, we can still throw money at this Jinx, and everything will be a-okay. And we can slash this Lapras. Just like that. So that's not especially how he wanted that fight to go. It could have gone worse. It could definitely have gone worse. But I have had better Lorelei fights in my time. Let's see what Bruno has in store for us today. Hoo-ha. Hoo-ha indeed. What a way to start the day. A nice, loud battle cry of hoo-ha! Alright, that is hoo-ha the first. Thoroughly rinsed. Go ahead and throw our cat out. And throw down a nice little slash. You, however, you do not get the slash, oh no. You get money! Loads of money! L-O-D-S of E-M-O-N-E. It's true, that's what you get. That is what you get. Alright. Now the Machamp. Can any of his four arms, or any of his four hands on his four arms, catch these coins? Apparently not. We put one right between his eyes and killed him. indeed. The epic quest for the money is nearly at an end. We only need about 300,000 more Pokebucks. A little under that now. So, a few more, maybe 2 more streams of this, and we'll be done with Blue, moving on to Stadium. Fingers crossed! Ah yes, good old Agatha. My favorite thing about Agatha is that if you mispronounce her name slightly, it sounds like Agatha, which I assume is the sound of Daffy Duck having a stroke. So, there's that for you. Yeah, unfortunately, the ghost types cannot be hit by Payday. So, we've got Fulcrum here. Flying type moves are under no such restrictions. It also helps that we're level 100. Trying to remember if in Gen 1 Struggle did hit ghosts or not. Because I thought they changed it between Gen 1 and Gen 2, but I don't forget what they changed it from and then to. This Gengar requires a fly, though. Oof. That's rough. That is rough indeed. Well, like that. The old lady has been felled. Yeah. The one kind of saving grace about Agatha is that all her types are poison. So if you've got either a Psychic or a Ground type, you can do pretty decently. Levitate does not exist yet, so... Of course, the Ground won't affect the Golbat. Oh, what is your favorite Mon? I am curious. Oh, to be fair, that goes for you can't best a whole lot of trainers with Magikarp. I mean, A for effort, but oh really? Oh, with just tackle? So I don't think you can teach Magikarp any TMs, if I recall correctly. I'm trying to remember, would that be in Gen 2? So I thought it just learned Tackle in Gen 1. Sorry, my mind is still kind of in Gen 1 mode at the moment. Ah. Well, I should have assumed, I think, from, you know, you saying red, that it was Gen 2. Or I guess maybe it could be Gen 4. So I suppose Heart Gold and Soul Silver do indeed exist. They exist for quite a bit of money if you can afford it. Otherwise, you got to use your overclocked DS. All right, that sounds a bit more reasonable. Yeah, I try not to mess around with physical carts of Gen 4 games. Because I recall distinctly buying a used copy of Platinum from GameStop. And oh, guess what? It's a bootleg. So that was fun. Just the Hyper Potion. I think we have Yeah, 3 power points on payday. Yeah, they can vary pretty wildly, but they can vary too even within generations. Like I remember Yellow in Gen 1 switched up a few different movesets. I know it let you finally teach Charizard Fly. That was one of the big ones, I think. Oh, who was? Was it Morty? I think that's his name, isn't it? The ghost type gym leader? I'm not terribly familiar with Gen 2. I didn't play a whole bunch of it. I'm trying to remember which one is Will. Again, I do not know very much about Gen 2 at all. I do know who Silver is, though. I do know that much. Also, I like the very mundane, like, name this guy has. This nightmare trainer named Will. Ah, okay. That makes some sense. Yeah, that does make sense. So we'll go ahead and swap for the Rhydon. Oh, is he like a psychic type trainer? Is that like his thing? Yeah, there's some interesting sprites in Gen 1. Some very interesting sprites in Gen 1. I think Golbat's my favorite. It actually has the, like, spittle coming off its tongue. It's disgusting. And that's just talking about the front sprites. There are some fucking whack back sprites in these games. Alright. Oh, it's just the Charizard, who has wings that are just for show. Can't use them for anything. Nope. What do you think this is, yellow? Alright, we've broken 700,000. We're coming up on 200 hours of playing Pokemon Blue. At 968,000, we can finally say we are done. We can buy all the TMs we need, we can move on to Stadium. Place your bets now on what's going to happen first. We reach that number, or we reach 200 hours of playtime. We're getting close. Only 6 hours roundabout to get that money. Also, I love Lorelei bragging about how she's going to freeze all our Pokemon, when 3 out of 4 or 3 out of 5 of her Pokemon cannot freeze us. Dugong and Cloyster have Aurora Beam, which is, its special thing is lowering your attack, not freezing you. Ooh, Cynthia. Cynthia can be tough. I think it has, what's that Pokemon? The Dark Ghost type. I don't know if you can hit that with any of Magikarp's attacks. I don't know, maybe you could struggle, but... I think that might be your, like, the real problem with taking on that team. Spiritomb, I think it is. The Dark and Ghost type. Who, before the advent of Fairy type, had no weaknesses. Alright, how high of a roll are we going to get on Spike Cannon today? 5 times, max roll, why not? Why not? Why not get a 5 roll on Spike Cannon? You know, at least it's not Clamp. I can say that, at least it was not Clamp. Alright, Growl is fine. Our attack is already dropped, so we want it to be dropped even more. Withdraw is also good. I don't think any of them do. I don't think any of her Pokemon have Quick Attack. I'm trying to think what's even on her team. She's obviously got the Garchomp. I think she's got like a Togekiss, a Roserade, the, what is it? The Slug one. Then the Spiritomb and Melodic, I'd like to say. I don't think any of those have Quick Attack. I guess that makes sense, yeah, if they get a hit in. That's kinda... yeah. Which, again, she has that in the form of the Spiritomb. So that's probably going to be your biggest obstacle. If you want to try and take on Cynthia. I don't really know how flow works, no. I am not familiar with the ways of Magikarp-style Kung Fu. Ah, that makes some sense, yeah. That'd be good for Magikarp, then. I reckon it probably spends quite a bit of time. Quite a bit of time in the red bar. Oof. It's too bad I can't learn Endure. Well, Hyper Beam's also essentially a 2-turn move as well. Because you gotta recharge on the second turn. But yeah, I don't think even Return gets up that high. Oh boy, here's submission. Alright, it's crit submission. Always a lovely thing to see. No, don't talk to Bruno. Want to give egg. That makes sense, yeah. Because you don't want the priority moves. Or you don't want, you know, the opponent having priority moves. Now try taking that online and see what happens. I wanna see someone's reaction to facing that. Just gotta take all the gimmick teams to, what is it, like Pokemon Showdown or something? Never been much for PvP myself. Like the competitive side of, you know, actual Pokemon. Never been much for that. But it's always interesting hearing about different strategies and that. How the meta actually works. Just as like an abstract kind of thing. I may or may not have plumbed the depths of Smogon a little bit to get some inspiration for these teams. So I figure, you know... Yeah, doing stupid off-meta stuff is really fun, I think. Oh, just like in-game, yeah. That's fun, too. Because, like, anyone... You know, a game is designed to be beaten, right? End of the day. Developers design a game so it will be beaten. So really, just playing through the game and beating it isn't really all that interesting. But doing it in like a weird or kind of, you know, off the beaten path way, that's fun, I think. There's something to that I like. What if you could have that as like a website name? I don't know if .an could be used in a URL. Then again, there's a whole bunch of really weird ones out there. There's still like a thing for like the Soviet Union .su, even though obviously it hasn't existed for over 30 years now. This is when some like internet lore master pops out of the bushes to be like, well, actually, the .an thing exists for this very specific purpose from like 1982, before the internet even existed, really. Back when it was still ARPANET. Yeah, they're kind of not a fan of where that country has gone. Got a Gen 1 miss on Surf. Oof. Hopefully things do not escalate further. Let's see. Payda's got 3 power points. Yeah, I know there's obviously the threat of, you know, missiles going off course. I think that happened with one of the, like, missiles that were intercepting a missile or something like that. Like some kind of anti-air missile went off course and landed in a nearby country, I think. We don't need to heal up from that. Yeah, doubly sad, I feel, because they used to be part of the same country. And it's like they want to rebuild the old, like, pre-Soviet Russian Empire again. Go back to having, like, the Tsar and all that. Go ahead. The chat does not show up on the VODs, so feel free. Alright, there's a full restore. Ah, I see. Yes, very close by indeed. Very close by. I mean, I don't mind personally. I mean, I don't think I'm really a big enough streamer to really care. But like, you know, care about, you know, oh, don't bother me with like, oh, what time is it here and that kind of stuff. I'm fine with that. I like engaging with the chat, and I feel like, you know, especially when it's a smaller chat like this, it gives more opportunities to for conversation, for sharing of perspective. You know, because we're really, what are we doing right now? We're grinding the same 5 fucking trainers over and over again. It's not like we're doing some ultra complex gameplay here. We're chilling. We're chilling. So I'm cool with anything you want to share. I had a guy come in one time who was like, I don't know if he was like a kid or something, but he was just gushing about doing Rubik's Cubes and stuff like that, and how much he loved doing that, and if I love doing it. It's pretty wholesome, not gonna lie. But no, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. Yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's to your discretion. If you want to share that, you know, I didn't say it out loud. I don't, you know, just out of concern that might be a concern of yours, but yeah, if you want to post like, it's like one time too, I think the Pokemon anime got brought up, and a guy was like, "Oh, do you mind if I post spoilers?" I'm like, "I don't mind. It's not going to show up in the chat, like on the VOD." So yeah, you feel free. You feel free. This is a place of just hanging out, and chilling, sharing an experience together, sharing our perspectives. There's enough time for polite silence in other parts of life, I feel. I've heard the name before. I haven't ever seen it. My understanding of it, if I recall, is that it's like a magical girl anime that's kind of subversive. That's my, like, understanding of what it is. I've heard it's good. I've heard it's very engaging and interesting. Just have not really gotten a chance to do all that much beyond this for leisure at the moment. Well, it might be that with a spin-off series especially, they want to try for something, like, drastically different. So I feel like that's always an interesting thing with like a shared universe. You can do very, very drastically different takes with like different like sub-series. Throw you out front. So is it like a drastic departure from the main series, or does it like undermine it? Because that's always kind of frustrating when like a sub-series kind of undermines the whole point of like its parent series. Ah. So does it just like seem like it doesn't really follow from the other series? You gotta forgive me here. I'm kind of operating at a bit of a loss. I do want to understand though. Ah. So it's not quite clear how it kind of fits in to the overall series then. Well, let me ask you this though: as like if it were like its own kind of standalone thing, do you think it would hold up? Like if it didn't have like the baggage of being a spin-off of a previously existing property, do you think it would still hold up? Yeah, I gotta imagine that's gonna be quite the challenge, especially if it's not made by the original creator. Trying to create a new work in an existing franchise. Because especially if you didn't create the original, you're gonna be less familiar with like the inner workings of how it works. Ah. So you're thinking there might be like a big reveal at the end, like, oh, it was actually, this the whole time, or like, this is how it actually fits in. And before it's all just a dream. God, wouldn't that be a cop out? Oh, this whole new thing, nah, just a dream. Just a dream, bruh. Or like someone was in a coma and imagined the whole thing. Or even better, was like in purgatory or something. Assuming that exists within the cosmology of the universe. Again, I do not presume to know. Alright, let's see if we miss this fly. So there's like a track record of like different like pieces of media in the franchise kind of saving a big reveal to the end that kind of puts everything together. So this wouldn't be the first time something like this has happened then, potentially. Now, did the like original series kind of work like that, where there's kind of a lot of mystery leading up to the end, where everything is kind of properly put in place, and there's that eureka moment where it all makes sense now. Okay. Because with what I've heard about it, being more kind of... I don't want to keep using the word, like, subversive, like, it subverts your expectations and tropes and all that, or... Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but... It makes sense for a series that's potentially aimed at an older audience to have a less straightforward narrative. Which I can appreciate, personally. Alright, well, I'll tell you what. Tell me a little bit about it. If you can. To, like, sell me on it. I'm curious. Like, what can you tell me that, that might kind of coax me into watching it? So I'm open to it. I am. I can try and make some time for it. Yeah, that much I am kind of familiar with. It kind of plays off these sort of, like, established tropes in that genre. It's the Hyper Beam. How many paydays do we have left? Alright, just one more to use, and then on to Big Guy. Aha. So would you say it gets dark in, like, an intelligent way, I guess? Or would you say it's more kinda just shocking? Like, is it really, like, playing with the, like, implications of, like, how things would, like, really turn out if, you know, magical girls were real or something like that? Ooh, existential? Existential? That's a word I like. Because I do like shows that get kind of cerebral. Even if they get a little too talky for some people's taste. I don't mind that so much. Like, I know there's a show from, like, fucking forever ago. I think it's over 20 years old now. What was it called? Like, Dot Hack Sign or something like that. And most of it was just people talking to each other. But it was interesting stuff, so I was fine with it. Yeah, that's the big thing for me. I need to feel like there's substance to what's going on. It's not all just flash, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong. I can enjoy a good, you know, fight scene, but there's got to be weight to it. There's got to be stakes. So there's some ambiguity. Alright, so I might have to track this down then. And see how it goes. So I suppose if I start streaming one day and just have frickin' PTSD, you'll know if I watched it or not then. It's like, well, welcome to Pokemon. I am dead inside. Give the stream the comfy tag. Alright, so you're in the right order. Doing good on the money. Almost 195 hours. We're getting up there. I did indeed survive Lavender Town. I did not get the Lavender Town syndrome. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Nice, trim one rest. Yeah, you're right. You know what? I have beaten some stuff. I can do it. I believe. And you know what? If I stop believing, I have alcohol. So fuck it. I can do it. I can get through. I always thought Peekaboo was kind of just, like a leaked thing of Meryl from Gen 2. That's always been my interpretation of what Peekaboo is. Because they look, you know, fairly visually similar. And, you know, in, like, 1999, hey, this thing kind of looks like Pikachu and it's blue. And I suppose that's more, I mean, sure, I do know what Missing No is. I do know it's a glitch. I'm not... I thought Peekaboo was like a quote-unquote leaked evolution of Pikachu from, like, Gen 2 times, right about, but I could be wrong. I could be misremembering. So go ahead and give me the context. Show me the Carfax. Yes, indeed. Back in the days of, the very... I suppose that's not the very early internet at this point, but... It's still very early internet. Yeah, especially with it being a Japanese series. And a lot of stuff probably not getting translated, or even translated all that well. Potentially. Gotta remember to not use slash. We're using payday on you. There you go. There's your coin. Aha. Yeah, because if I remember right, even nowadays they still kind of tease them out bit by bit in new generations. I think that's still their practice to do that when a new game comes out. Or at least a new game that's not a remake. Be kind of funny if they did try and, you know, tease out. I guess you could do that too for like nostalgia purposes, teasing out like old Pokemon that are going to be in remakes. Oh, who's this, buddy? That's a frickin'. That's a. I don't know. What would the next remake be? I guess Black and White now. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, just a little typographical error. Oh, what's the kicker? The kicker's always fun. Anxiously awaiting the deets on Pika Blue. Got some real anticipation here, actually. It's exciting. The card company, the ones that make like the baseball cards on that. Or maybe it's, you know, made like past tense at this point. Don't know what happened to them. Yeah, I remember that. They had the, they had one for, I think, the first 3 movies, too. I think they had a like a special-looking Mew one for the second, and then an Entei for the third. If I remember right. And were these like were these Pokemon TCG cards or just promotional like separate promotional cards from the card game? So I know a couple movies did have TCG cards. Yeah, I remember that. There was the yeah, I remember that short. If there are any other Johto Pokemon in that. I don't think there were. Okay. So it's just like little collectibles, not actual like cards you can play the game with. Did they for real write Pika Blue on that card? Did they for real? That's great if they did. Oh, is that one of the names they didn't actually change in localization? Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, if the Gen 2 World 2 ever happens, we're getting a Meryl. We're naming it Pika Blue. You know that's happening if that goes on. So that probably won't be for a while from now. Lest I get completely burned out on Pokemon. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing to write on that. There's the Hyper Potion. It might actually be faster than us now with those two agilities. We'll see. Yep, it just keeps using agility. Alright, so we've got our 3 power points. That's always kind of been the dream, hasn't it? Ever since Gen 2. Having both Johto and Kanto in it. Because, like, theoretically, like, if there were, like, say, a Pokemon MMO, right? You could release, like, new, like, areas as, like, updates. That could work. But trying to... Think about doing, like, a ROM hack or, like, a thing in Game Maker or something? What's your idea? Give the deets, please. Much worse. That's a great way to start. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Instead of doing a ROM hack of Pokemon, we do a Pokemon ROM hack in a different game. Do it in, like, frickin' Metabots or something. So, like, a Gen 1 Mon, like, like, special attack, special defense, battling a Gen 3 Mon with, having those 2 stats? So would the, special attack and special defense essentially be the same? Okay. So would it be kind of more like a stadium sort of thing instead of like a full like single player campaign, or like a PvP kind of thing, or? We have broken the 800,000 mark, by the way. Progress is being made. It's a nice scary sentence for you. Progress is being made. That makes sense, because that's how it works in the Gen 1 games. And then how do you get around abilities then? I think there's like abilities and natures and all that stuff. Apparently the program I use to multicast to different services is congratulating me on 100 chat messages. 100 chat messages today. I'm liking it. So it is like a campaign where you go through all the generations in the game. And then from there you can build teams and battle them with other people then? Ah, that's right, yeah. So, like, it's essentially just blank for the abilities and the held items. So then I guess the next question is, would you try and do a rebalance to compensate for that, or are we just gonna play it as it lays? 1 through 5 probably would be the easiest, just to get sprites for all of them. Because obviously, Gen 6, they started doing the 3D models. You could have all the animated sprites too, actually, from Gen 5, now that I think about it. Got a big old crit. It's lovely to see. Another super potion. So do you think you'd do it as like a Gen 5 ROM hack? Or do you think you'd do it from like scratch through Game Maker or something? It could be interesting doing the cross-generational breeding. Kind of wonder too, I think the different gens handle like EVs differently as well. Would you still have the different... Oh, that's neat, yeah. I'm trying to remember. Ninja is the one with, what is it? Yeah, I figure. I mean, I say go for it. I mean, even if you don't, you know... Even if you do end up not getting it done, you still learn something. So it's worth trying. It's worth going for it. Yeah, I think we all get ideas like that, like... Yeah. For sure. I mean, I think we all kind of, you know, get ideas about, oh, this would be cool. That's the wrong move. Wanted to use slash there. Will we get away with it? Probably. Maybe. Possibly. Yes! We got away with it! Good job, Cat. You got away with the bullshit. Oh, nice. So you do have some experience then. You're not just, you know, like me, where I'm like, yeah, I just have a whole bunch of ideas for the best ROM hack ever. Yeah. I imagine it's difficult trying to work within the limitations of a system that's, for all intents and purposes, just completely obsolete. I think I'll go ahead and use slash there. I don't want to risk payday. Don't want to risk getting submissioned. That would be a great thing to have happen right now. Yeah, it's easy to fall into the trap of having your eyes be bigger than your like you're able to actually make. With anything, really. With any kind of creative endeavor. Oof. Man, and I thought I streamed at a really low resolution. Yeah, 16 by 16, not a whole lot to work with. there's definitely an art to trying getting as much like artistry and like expression out of such a small canvas. Or like with sound, getting as much as you can out of all the different channel, or you know, the limited channels you've got. I think the Game Boy has maybe 4 channels, I think, for sound. Rabbit ears. Don't quite follow you on that. Probably missing some context. And up to you if you want to share, of course, but... Like, are we talking, like, literal ears from a rabbit? Like, are we talking about like bunnies? I apologize, but you got me at a bit of a loss. Do you mean like rabbit ears on like the... Ah, okay. Oh, okay, yeah. I get that now. Yeah, the Chow Garden from Adventure 2. I get that now, yeah. Okay. So is this game gonna be like a pet raising game? Something kind of like that? Ah, nice. I always kind of felt like that's kind of an underserved genre, you know? It's like, it's kind of surprising to me that the Chow Garden like never really got spun off from Adventure 2. That's the wrong move. It's a Gen 1 miss on Payday, by the way. Tragic. Yeah, very Chow, very kind of Tamagotchi. Ah, famous last words, right? Famous last words. It's alright, I'm right there with you. Do a Payday. Not a Payday, a soft boil, just in case. Sometimes it's good to take a break, though. Kind of reassess. I feel that, yeah. You get a whole bunch of different ideas and only so much daylight to try and realize them in. But sometimes it's good to just walk away from a problem for a little bit. So I find that, you know, walking back sometimes you've got some new perspective. Or like something might become clear that wasn't as clear before, you know? So I think there's value in that. You know, I feel like there's always this sort of, what's the word for it? I don't want to say fetishization, but like, oh, I gotta just keep grinding at it and grinding at it and grinding at it, you know, as I grind the Elite Four over and over. But like, sometimes you need to take a step back. Sometimes that's the best course of action. Let's see, that's all used up. Yeah, can't say I have too much experience doing that. I think I took one HTML, you know, CSS class in college. I did alright in it, but I didn't go any further than that. And it's a different kind of coding than what you would do in game dev anyways. Serves a different purpose, works a different way. Probably a lot less lower stakes, too. So I think we'll do one more run through of the Elite Four for today. What are the funny bugs you found? What kind of funny bugs we got on offer? It's always fun hearing about those. It's always nice being able to look back and laugh at that kind of stuff. Will we see the turn 1 rest? That could help. That could definitely help. Makes some sense. And there's the super potion. Because, unfortunately, machines are rather dumb. They only do exactly what you tell them to. Don't have any intuition to intuit. Oh, these are backwards. Makes more sense if I do these backwards. No, they just go. Just say, okay, boss, sure thing, and just start doing it. No matter how correct or incorrect it might be. You know, it's not so bad making a mistake, as long as those mistakes are instructive. Yeah, sounds legit. So, out of curiosity, what kind of things was this line of code, or these lines of code? What was it trying to do? If you don't mind me asking, of course. Surf the hoo-ha? Surf hoo-ha the first. Right. And we're going to use the right move. We're going to use the correct move against this Pokemon. We're not going to use Payday. We're going to use Slash. It's going to happen. There we go. And we're going to get the crit. You can't actually miss that. Very rarely, it can happen. Let's throw some money at you. So like if A, then B. So is it reading it as like instead do a specific thing and then check if variable A is true? Good old fissure. Never going to work. We are too fast. So kind of like a branching sort of logic thing. Right. Good old Agatha. Good old sound of beloved Looney Tunes character having a medical emergency. Ah. Well, this is Gen 1, so I suppose Arceus doesn't really exist yet. It's always interesting the things we kind of take for granted. Like, for example, Nurse Joy. Nurse Joy does not exist in this game. Didn't exist yet. I checked the manual. It does not mention a name for the nurse. I think it does specify it's a nurse, though. In the Pokemon Centers. Hey, you catch it, you fix it. You learn something from it. It's not all bad. It's a continuous. We do have Bird Jesus. I don't think I actually caught one of those in this playthrough. I think Fulcrum's actually the only flying type I have. I'm trying to remember. Feels like such a long time ago now. I think we have... Yeah, we have a... Yeah, because Dome is... Dome's the other one. I think Helix was... Helix is God, and then Bird Jesus is like, I think it was like a Pidgeot. Or a Pidgeotto, maybe. I don't remember all the lore from that. It's a rather foggy memory. But I believe Bird Jesus was separate from Helix. And that Helix was the god, as far as I remember. Could be wrong, of course. Probably am. That I also do not know. Or do not remember, I guess. If they did, it took a whole lot of coordination. Need a Twitch Plays Pokemon lore master here to answer our questions. Also, I like how if you like type in, Twitch Plays Pokemon into like Google or something, one of the autocomplete suggestions is lore.